would like first that you introduce yourself and give us some word on who you are, what you are doing, so a little bit of the context, where are you based?
About 10 years ago, I got interested in blockchain technology. I always worked on the alignment between IT and business processes. How can you improve business processes with IT? And then I'm a guy who likes to ask the why question, also look at the solution at a higher level. So first I helped organizations, departments, and they say, well, you can better solve it as an organization as a whole. And then I thought, well, you can better improve it between organizations, like value streams and etc. Which technologies can help parties who aren't, who have their own accountabilities to work together. And blockchain seems promising. And at that time, I worked at a consultancy firm, and they had a connection with the University of Applied Science in Utrecht. And it was 2016, 2017, and they wanted to establish a blockchain lab. So I was a consultant, always interested in innovation, and this was the opportunity to play with new technology. Started my first company, building with Web3, with blockchain technology solutions for healthcare. But it was just before the COVID pandemic started, so it was not a good timing. People got interested in our solutions, and but the next step, doing it and funding it, was difficult. So we killed that company and I started another one with the same technology. But because what I learned was the first step in coalitions is that you have to decide together how to take the next steps before offering the solution. So what we did then, we built software for decision making and for collaboration and communication. I took a part-time job at the university again, partly as a teacher. And the last half year, I'm one of the founding fathers of another lab.
So within the university.
Within the university, so it's a kind of the second version of the same idea. But now the technology has evolved and matured, and the application of what you can do with it has grown. So at the moment, I work at the university, and my company is a little bit low level. So I'm now full
time.
Full speed at the university, part-time teaching, but most of the time establishing this new lab. We call it the Web3 Impact Hub.
Wow, that's a promising thing.
Yeah, it's promising. We're looking for impact. But it's also kind of, we do two things. One is collect knowledge about Web3 and spreading the knowledge in the form of educational programs. But the other thing, we have a Web3 sandbox. And there we build together with students applications based on Web3 technology. We said we can build like a kind of skelters in the shed, but we can also build real cars for real use. So let's build something which can be used by real world users. And what's more convenient than build it for the university itself, because then we have our customers at hand, students, teachers. And we like to make impact, so we like to build things which really contribute to the needs of our customers, and especially on a little bit higher level, on an ecosystem, not just make one customer happy, but how can it help?
Capillarize all over the ecosystem, right?
Yes.
And you were talking about these micro credentials that you are bringing together, that it can make an impact on the upskilling, reskilling of many people, so that they can have a say in their career. And you are doing it with technology, but you are doing it also with some principles that are embedded in social innovation. So I would like to hear a little bit on these principles that are moving you, this motivation.
One of the components of what is the principles behind what we are building, you can say we build just a kind of micro-credential app where students get recognition of smaller educational units. But it's also about self-sovereignty. They get a badge or a micro-credential in their own wallet. They can manage and own their own data. It's not empowering people, but you have always do it in the form of a proposal to your team members. So it is also a kind of democratization of the team. It's not just the leader of the team who say, this is a new model. And we call it the constitution. As each team can set its own rules on which they decide how to, in this case, launch new educational modules with micro-credentials. So it's about self-sovereignty, it's about democratizing teams, and about shared decision-making. Transparency also. We call it decentralized power, collective action. When you bring the power to the individuals, how do you get to collective action?
Yeah.
And the technology brings the people together in action, but also in decision-making. So now we are in a moment in time that even the open source communities can benefit, and not only by
putting effort together.
Yeah, but also gaining the benefits from their contribution. Main thing what drives me is power balance, what you say, but also collective action. And I call it often the third road. You can look at the government to do things for you, for housing, for healthcare. You can look at private, at companies, build a house for me. And this technology and this third road is more about people joining forces together, turn it into collective action to reach a shared goal.
Yeah.
And that's what drives me, where my passion is.
I found this really close to what we are trying to advocate in Eoh-for-Good, is this call for humanity, saying, listen, we have to wake up, we have to do things from the bottom up, so to really get our best effort, our best from humanity for the common good. So
I said I like to take up big challenges, but also make it small enough that you can organize the stakeholders, around a smaller part of it. So it is for good, but I can't change all the housing problems in the whole world, but I can set an example locally.
Yeah. So it's the little drop in the ocean that we need to do, each of us, as a responsibility that we need to take, each of us.
Yeah, but you can offer an example to other communities. This is how it can be done.
Yeah. So if I would ask, what is, in your opinion, this successful innovation ecosystem, what would you say?
Let me give an example. I had my own company, and then also work with students. And what I said, what we offer you is a kind of infrastructure, and we make the first part of the train and the wagon. So the locomotive and the wagon. But you can put your own wagons behind it. And you can even own those wagons. So the locomotive is ours, and the first wagon is ours, and the concept is ours, but you can add your own wagon to the whole train. And when you have a passenger, he pays the ticket for the train. But the money he pays goes into the treasury of the whole community. And we spread the content of the treasury to all
the participants in the different wagons.
Yes. So the wagon stays yours. And when you want to improve your wagon, please do.
All right. That's entrepreneurial culture coming again.
Yes. And when you have a wagon where no passengers they pay their ticket, but they won't have a seat in your wagon because they don't like what you offer, they go for other wagons. You can even decide, functionality in an IT, let's translate it to an IT solution, where you have different modules, and where certain modules aren't used at all, you get a slighter piece of the cake. So that might be something to recall
as a successful innovation ecosystem. Okay, and maybe define in two phrases the positive impacts of this innovation ecosystem. What you would say, what is a positive impact that we can have in society, these common goods that we were talking about?
Yeah, first perhaps from the empowerment side. It is not what it offers to your customers, but in participating, as a team within a bigger ecosystem, you create more empowerment and ownership. So that's the first benefit. You make your citizens, individuals, you make them active. You make them co-creators. You make them part of the solution instead of
blaming the one to blame for the problems.
Yes. And when they pick up local and they're going to build a solution from which they benefit themselves, then you get far better solutions. Though you make people active and you make them contribute with solutions which really fits, hopefully better fit the need of the participants and from the society, and also in a more responsible way.
Yeah, and committed way. Yeah.
So when you solve it with the people, they become less extractive with their solutions and less bad externalities. So
yeah, because they are part also of these benefits that they will get if everything is more just or more
benefits, but all more responsible.